Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey everyone, my name is Cassie, and on Once Upon a Time in Springfield today, my dad and I will be talking about Season 1, Episode 6, Moaning Lisa. Okay, Dad, start the intro.
She's Cassie.
My dad's like Homer, because he always goes out and buys us donuts.
He's Chris.
Cassie used to be a lot like Maggie when she was a baby. She never gave up her pacifier.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful evening of theater and picking up after yourselves.
This is Once Upon a Time in Springfield, a Simpsons review show from the point of view of a dad and his daughter.
From now on, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Here they are, Cassie and Chris.
Hey everyone, welcome to Once Upon a Time in Springfield. I'm so excited for this episode because it features a lot about Lisa and been showing a lot of Bart and Homer.
Yeah, Lisa's one of your favorites, right?
Yes.
Okay, well then let's get right into it. What was this episode about, Cassie?
This episode was about Lisa being sad.
And finding the meaning of life and...
Courage,
that's right, yeah. She meets a new character, somebody else that she can relate with that doesn't look anything like her.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Chalkboard gag. What was on the chalkboard, Cassie?
It says, I will not instigate revolution.
And you were really smart because the last episode, Bart was not revolting, but standing up against Nelson and had an army. And then there was no intro or chalkboard gag. And then this one said, I will not instigate revolution. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I would have never put that together.
Yeah, I just thought of it once you told me what it meant.
Very smart. All right, what was the couch gag?
The couch gag was they sat in the wrong order. Well, Maggie wasn't at the end.
Yep.
She was next to Bart, so she popped out and landed in Marge's hand.
Yep. She popped up in the air, didn't disappear in the screen like Bart did, but just popped up in the air and Marge caught her like a basketball.
Yep.
You're all nuts.
All right, at the beginning of the episode, we saw Lisa in the bathroom.
Yes.
What was she doing?
Moaning.
Moaning?
Crying.
She was moaning and crying. What was happening?
She was upset and Homer was banging on the door like, da, 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 da. Let me in, Lisa, let me in.
Lisa, are you still in there? What's the problem? Did you fall in? Lisa!
And then she finally gets out and Bart runs into the bathroom.
Yeah, and right in front of Homer, and Homer gets really mad. But Lisa's sad. She's sad. So then Homer, after Bart takes the bathroom away from Homer, Homer can't find his keys.
Yes, they looked everywhere.
Where were they?
In the door.
Just like Mom does sometimes. So then after that, it cuts over to school, and Lisa's still sad at school.
Yeah.
And Bart, being Bart, starts a food fight.
Of course he does.
It was awesome, right? Like the food fight going everywhere, and Lisa's just sitting there like, I choose not to participate. All right, so then after the food fight, it bounces over to Lisa in PE class.
Yes.
And they're playing what game?
Dodgeball. And it was so funny because she got all the dodgeballs thrown in her face, and it was only one person getting thrown at. Yeah.
Everybody was hitting Lisa, and they sent a letter home, and the letter said, Lisa's not playing dodgeball because...
she's too sad.
The funniest thing was Homer looks at her face and goes, I don't see any tears.
Lisa refuses to play dodgeball because she is sad. Well, she doesn't look sad. I don't see any tears in her eye.
All right, in the middle of the episode, we talked about that letter being sent home, and then this is where this is, I think, one of your favorite parts of the episode when
Oh, they were fighting to see who Maggie loves more, either Bart or Lisa.
Yeah, and what happens?
She chooses the TV.
Yeah, they're standing on each side of the TV, and she goes and hugs the TV instead of one of them.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we've done that to you children all of the time, me and your mother.
Who won?
I won a lot. All right, so then she is sitting in her room, and she hears this music out of her window in the middle of the night.
Yes.
With her parents asleep in the other room.
Yes.
And she does what?
She goes out the window.
Is that a smart thing to do?
No and yes, because there's a treehouse right next to the house.
Yeah, how did that work out for her?
I bet that was great.
Yeah, I mean, like, let your second grader have an easy way to escape.
Yeah.
Second grader. And then she goes and hangs out with some weird stranger on a bridge in the middle of town. All right, so Lisa's sitting on this bridge playing with Bleeding Gums McGee. Why is he called Bleeding Gums McGee?
He's called Bleeding Gums McGee because he never gone to the dentist.
My friends call me Bleeding Gums.
Ew, how'd you get a name like that?
Well, let me put it this way. You ever been to the dentist?
Yeah?
Not me.
All right, at the end of the show, Lisa's really connecting with Bleeding Gums McGee, but Marge does wake up and go get her.
Yes.
And what does Marge say?
Marge says, "Get away from that strange man."
Yeah, and then she's like, "No offense, I just don't know who you are, and that's my daughter."
Lisa, get away from that jazz man.
But Mom, can I
Come on. We were worried about you. Nothing personal. I just fear the unfamiliar.
All right, so then they go back home. Marge finds out Lisa's sad and says, "Don't be sad."
Yeah, and then Marge gets the whole family together to support Lisa.
Right?
And guess where they go?
Where?
To a Bleeding Gums McGee concert.
Yeah, it was like at a club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all sitting there. Lisa cannot stop smiling. She has her whole family around her. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like stories.
My favorite part of the show is when Maggie hugged the TV.
Right? That reminded me of you and Aiden and Juju when you were little. It's kind of funny. My favorite part of the show was when Marge tells Lisa to be sad, be yourself. I don't care. Be you, and we'll just be here with you.
You always love the really interesting not.
Oh, because it's like the parents, like,
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm a parent. This is supposed to be from the angle of a 9-year-old and an old guy.
You're not old.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're 42.
I stand corrected.
All right, who's your favorite character, Cassie?
My favorite character in this episode was Maggie.
Why?
Because she, instead of hugging Bart or Lisa,
Yeah.
she hugs the TV.
I know, right?
And
it's
that's so me.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
All right, what was your takeaway from this one, Cassie?
My takeaway is family members don't have to love you.
Okay, that's a good one, I guess. All right, my takeaway is when Homer went and practiced at the arcade to beat Bart at that boxing game.
Yes.
That is totally something I would do for Aiden.
And then a part after that when he tries beating him and he's beating him, but then Marge unplugs the TV.
Yep, because they have to go and support Lisa.
Yes.
I've got something I'd like to say.
All right, Cassie, what are we going to rate this one?
I rate this 9 dope nuts.
Yeah, I think so. It's a really, really first prominent episode about Lisa.
Yeah.
You were waiting for it.
Yes.
And it happened.
On episode 6.
I feel that way too.
That's the end of the show, everyone. I hope you like the show as much as Maggie likes her pacifier, or Homer likes his beer. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Go to thisisfunner.com to check out some really cool shows. And please, share it with a friend.
Everything really wrapped up nicely.
Thank you all for listening to Once Upon a Time in Springfield. Please go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. And don't forget to rate, review, and share the show with a friend.
Ugly dougly done.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.